The brand new region of Natlan is here, so it's time to go over the Archon quest, its themes and characters, and the setup for what may come in the story. Buckle up, surfs up, spin to win, and let's soar over my thoughts on Act 1 of Natlan's Archon quest. The whole premise and setup of Natlan is based on a set of 6 tribes, where both humans and Saurians coexist in harmony with each other. Saurians come in all shapes and sizes, including grounded ones that can traverse underground, agile ones that can tether around in the air as if they have built-in 4-leaf sigils from Sumeru, and aquatic ones that are thankfully a much better version of the slow wave rider that all of us stopped using after the 1.6 summer event. While Saurians are described as dragons, MiHoYo has definitely taken inspiration from dinosaurs as well for their designs, most notably with the long-necked rhino that is very much based on the real-life long-necked Brontosaurus, and also the fact that their names use the word saur, which is Greek for lizard. A popular reaction to the Saurians and Natlan characters in general is that they look like they're from Pokemon, which MiHoYo acknowledges because the 5.0 Battle Pass name card has a direct reference to the OG Pokemon Kanto region starters, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and Pikachu. I'm particularly curious as to how Saurians and humans have come to coexist with each other, especially since dragons are rarely seen in Teyvat. Act 1 didn't go over this too much, so I'll just wait for the future acts to see how they play a part into the story. But it's so interesting since everyone seems to have a Saurian companion, when it's been made apparent that the ancient dragons have distanced themselves from humans throughout Teyvat's history. Oh, and by the way, one last point about Saurians, the one that we befriend. I named him Gibble because he's a dragon ground type to me, and also Gibble is one of my favorite Pokemon evolution chains. One of the most exciting parts of Natlan's story is the big involvement of the Abyss. In fact, the Abyss is so prevalent in Natlan that they've created a whole tradition that serves entirely to combat the Abyss, which I think is a fantastic way of bringing back the Abyss into the narrative, because they've been sorely missing from the previous nations. This tradition is known as a pilgrimage, an annual event where people form teams to compete against one another, where the winners will partake in the Night Warden Wars, which are to combat the Abyss, becoming heroes in the process. This is likely why Natlan is known as the Nation of War, because they've always been at war with the Abyss. The other theme emphasized in Natlan is that no one fights alone, so you know that we'll eventually see a character take an L precisely because they fought alone. Maybe this will be Mavuika, where the point will be that the Pyro Archon still needs her people to fight alongside her. Anyways, speaking of the Pyro Archon's people, let's talk about our new cast of characters. The first character we meet is Kachina, a young Geo girl from the Children of Echoes tribe, the one associated with the Geotepetlosaurus, who favor gems and are based on a drill symbol, seen with Kachina's abilities. Kachina has a character arc that can be described as seeking recognition when she's already been recognized. On one hand, she's a little weak, so others don't really ask her to team up with them, but she's also inherited the ancient name of Utabiti, where ancient names are Natlan's version of reminders of their heroes from the past. Kachina is energetic and eager to prove herself, but lacks confidence in herself, and over the course of Act 1, she's given tips and advice from the Traveler and other characters to believe in herself more. In fact, I thought it was funny that characters like Mualani were basically telling Kachina how to get character development, which does happen because Kachina does win the pilgrimage. So that was a nice short character arc, with many thanks to the confident and even more energetic Mualani. Mualani is a young Hydra woman from the People of the Springs tribe, who are known for hot springs and are associated with the Hydrocoholosaurus. Mualani has what I think to be the best character trial because her Shark Surf ability is the best exploration ability we've had thus far, which fits perfectly with her personality that values guiding and exploring with others. My favorite aspect of her personality is actually her maturity. While she's very strong, having won the last few pilgrimages, she handles her loss to Kachina very well, that while it's a bummer that she lost, she's very happy for Kachina. Also, when we visit the People of the Springs, there's a character named Athea, who's very admired in the tribe, but is slowly dying due to the corrosion from an abyss attack. And when Athea privately lets Mualani knows about this, Mualani doesn't panic or make a fuss about it. She's understanding of why things are like this, and is ready to lead her people after Atea's time. The last character of our starter trio is Kinich, with his 2D companion Ajaw. Kinich is a young Dendro man from the Scions of the Canopy tribe, who are associated with the Dendro Yumkasaurus. While he looks edgy, he's very polite and soft-spoken. In fact, it's Ajaw that really shows off an edgy personality, and is a fun dynamic to see when they're both on screen together. He actually lost the pilgrimage this time, so it was a nice change of pace seeing a playable character losing. We didn't get too much screen time from Kinich, but I'm sure we'll see more of him in Act 2. The current Pyro Archon, Mavuika, makes a short appearance, giving the starting speech for the pilgrimage and watches over the finals. She has a very hot personality and character design, and has a natural confidence that is directly opposite the clear, dramatic confidence that Farina first showed in the beginning of Fontaine. Act 2 will definitely have more showings for Mavuika, so I'll save my thoughts for her then, and same for Chaska and Ian-san. So that wraps up my thoughts for Act 1 of Natlan. Pretty engaging act overall, and nothing really dragged, which I liked. I think the characters so far are memorable and nice to see on screen, so I'm really excited to see how Act 2 plays out. Again, I'm super happy that the Abyss is being more heavily involved in Natlan's Archon quest, so I really hope we see much more of the Abyss in the future. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and catch ya in the next act.